When Kabul fell, British Foreign Minister Dominic Raab continued to vacate in Crete. Unbelievable. Now the opposition is demanding his resignation. That weekend, when the Taliban invaded Kabul, Dominic Raab was in a 5-star resort in Crete. The British Foreign Secretary spent his summer vacation there. According to media reports, he was spotted on the beach last Sunday. It wasn't until Monday that Raab was back at his desk in London. But then the Taliban had already gained control of the Afghan capital. The fact that the foreign minister did not consider it necessary to leave his vacation home earlier triggered massive criticism in Westminster this week. The main opposition parties demanded Raab's resignation. For example, Labour MP Lisa Nandy, responsible for foreign policy, spoke of an unforgivable failure by the Tory minister. She said, "While British troops flew to Afghanistan to rescue people, Dominic Raab refused to interrupt his summer vacation. The government's negligence will cost human lives." The foreign minister let any calls for resignation bounce off. At the beginning of the week, however, he admitted in an interview with the BBC that in hindsight he would of course not have gone on vacation if he had known how fast the Taliban would advance towards Kabul. And even when he was in Greece, he constantly held meetings and spoke to foreign interlocutors. Well, we all saw how fast they took the provinces. Obviously, Raab did not want to make a phone call, although high-ranking officials asked him last Friday before the fall of Kabul to speak to the Afghan foreign minister about the urgent evacuation of local personnel. Raab is said to have delegated the call to a confidant. According to the Daily Mail, the Afghan side insisted on speaking to the minister himself. The foreign ministry announced on Friday that the phone call did not take place in the end. Given the rapidly changing situation, it was not possible to arrange a call before the Afghan government collapsed, said a ministry spokesman. Defense Secretary James Heappey told the BBC that not a single phone call would have changed the speed of the collapse of the Afghan government or the speed with which we were able to get the airlift going. Yeah, and they knew that beforehand, of course. The Times reported on Friday that not only Raab was on vacation during the Taliban's takeover, 3 top officials from the Foreign, Interior and Defense ministries were not on duty either. This is likely to fuel the already harsh criticism of the government even within the Conservative Party. At a special session of the House of Commons last week, a large number of Tory MPs vented their displeasure. For example, former Prime Minister Theresa May asked, "Where is global Britain on the streets of Kabul?" The chairman of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the House of Commons, Tom Tugendhat, also went tough with the government. "The West has lost its determination and patience to win wars," said the Afghanistan veteran. In view of the US troop withdrawal, the Tory politician called for an alliance of states that is not dependent on a single ally. It was also Tugendhat who found quite clear words about Raab's behavior on the weekend before Raab's return from Crete. He did not know how the government would react to the crisis in Afghanistan, he said, because we have not heard from the foreign minister for a week, although this is the greatest political disaster since Suez. And honestly, I don't even know what to say about this. And honestly, we had a not as bad, but a slightly similar situation in Germany a few decades ago. The foreign minister had to resign immediately. I'll see you in my next video. Bis bald.